And I guess we should start with roll call. Amber, you're muted.
Ava, I see we have you. Adrian,
Yes, I'm here.
Glenn,
Present.
Justin,
Present.
Sal. Sal is not with us today, and Molly will not be with us today. We have a quorum. Thank you, Ava.
Thank you, Amber. Let's start off with the approval of the meeting minutes from June 17, 2021. Do we have approval of meeting minutes first, hopefully?
This is Adrian, so moved.
Thank you. Second?
Seconded.
Thank you, Gwendolyn. And all in favor for approving the minutes, say aye.
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 Okay, aye. Now we're going to pass the mic over to Jessica for an update on engagement. Jessica?
Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm going to share my screen. Oh, Amber, could you allow me to share my screen, please?
You're all set.
Thank you. Okay. All right, let me just get into presentation mode. Okay. So to start with our outreach at a glance and our emails for the month of June, you can see that it was significantly less than we've been sending. And I'll refer back to the survey that we presented the results from last month, where some of the feedback was that folks would like to see fewer emails from us. And so we decided to do that. So we're doing 2 emails per month instead of every week. And it seems to be working because our open rate is increasing. So people are taking advantage of wanting to see the information that we're sending because it is not quite so frequent. So we had a 23% open rate in the month of June, which was the highest that we've seen since we started our email marketing, which was great. In terms of Facebook, our impressions were down in the month of June. However, we did put a small amount of money into a paid Facebook campaign to build up our followers. And to date, which was just about 3 weeks into the campaign, we had already generated almost 500 new followers, over 300 from, we split our budget so that half of it went to an English language campaign and half to Spanish. And we have seen over 300 new followers from the English campaign and over 150 from the Spanish campaign. And the reason that we're doing that is we know that social media will be a very important way for us to communicate with workers come September and moving forward once we're ready to talk about claims. So we wanted to use this time to build up that follower base. Instagram, you can see that our impressions went up. And so when you do a Facebook campaign, it really goes across both Facebook and Instagram. So if you look at the combined number, you see we're closer to about 65,000 for the month of June. And then LinkedIn, we also ran a small paid campaign on LinkedIn to increase our followers, which generated over 135,000 impressions for the month of June. In terms of our business outreach update, what we discovered recently was that a number of businesses that are unregistered with CTPL are actually individuals who employ household workers. In many cases, that's nannies, could be personal care assistants, etc. So we're able to disaggregate the information and reach the majority of these folks through an email campaign. And we saw a very, very high open rate for that campaign, close to 40%. And had people reaching out right away to say, you know, what can I do to register myself? I didn't realize that I needed to be doing this. I want to catch up. So we had really great results from that. We're also using our social media assets to reach people who are employed in these positions and let them know that they are in fact going to be eligible for paid leave benefits, provided that they're participating, and to encourage them to check their paychecks and then speak to their employers if they're not having that 0.5% deducted. The next sort of big milestone is that we are going to begin our outreach to the public through participation at various events. And the first one is this Saturday at the first annual Windham County Latino Fest in Willimantic. And then you see the list of events that we have. We have, taken pains to make sure that we are representing ourselves in as many different parts of the state as possible. And as we move into the fall, we'll continue to keep our eyes peeled for other events that make sense for us to be at. So Andrea and I will be there on Saturday in case anyone wants to come visit us in Willimantic. We are printing an infographic card that we'll be able to hand out to people as a takeaway. One side is in English, one side is in Spanish, and it's just the basics about paid leave. Where can they go for more information? We have a QR code that people can scan to get right to our website to find out more. We're also going to collect email addresses from folks at these events so that we can build up a database and begin to send emails to workers with information that will be relevant to them. And then finally, also through our recent outreach efforts, we discovered that there was a need for education between paid leave and FMLA, both for employees and employers. So we have used our newsletters, our social media posts, et cetera, to educate people on what that means. And especially because the FMLA is changing come January 1st, we wanted to really make sure that we are letting people know what that means for them. So hopefully this video will play appropriately. Sorry?
Just wanted to flag for you, the music is playing, but the video is not
Yeah.
advancing.
Okay, yeah, that, I was wondering, was it just me?
No.
I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. You know why I had only selected the one screen to share, not the main screen. I apologize. Let me try that again. It's only a minute
Now
long.
we can see it. Now we can see the main screen.
All right, let me try that again. I apologize.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone might have about our recent outreach efforts. Oops, sorry, hold on.
On the video, are you gonna do a version for those who, maybe have trouble reading? Is there also gonna be a video in Spanish? Because you said that you're prioritizing also other languages.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm working on a Spanish version. And what we've seen is that, sometimes having the information that is printed on our website or in our newsletters in a short, easily digestible video version, that's the way some people learn best. So we are trying to take any pieces of important information that we see there's either a need for education about or there's some confusion about, and turning them into videos and then sharing the link to those through our social media. So to answer your question, yes, there will be a Spanish version, hopefully within the next week that's posted.
But I love your idea, Ava, around having a voiceover of some sort. I know we're looking at that for our small business outreach initiative, to have voiceovers, particularly from specific businesses throughout the state. But that's definitely something that we can look at in terms of making sure that we are having some verbal accompaniment to the videos that we're creating.
It's so tricky because when you look at the stats nowadays and social media is so prevalent, what Jessica mentioned is correct, that the statistics show, or the data is that if you have subtitled or if you have closed caption, people are more likely to see and view it longer than a minute. And the cap is like 3 minutes. I think that's the studies. But then we still have this subset of people who maybe don't read or maybe are illiterate. There are all these studies, and you have to figure out which is best, right, for the communities. And in our case, maybe we have to do every person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. We're hoping that our radio advertising will offset some of that. And Jess, I don't know if you want to talk about our radio advertising reach.
Sure. Yeah, we're just about to finish up a campaign which ran for about 6 weeks. Very extensive radio campaign that covered the entire state of Connecticut. We did both English and Spanish commercials, and we used a version that was reaching out to employers just to kind of remind them, continue to drive home the point that, you're more than likely your business needs to participate. And also a version that spoke to employees, just telling them this benefit is for you, it's coming. And so please look at your paycheck and make sure that you're seeing this small deduction come out. And so that campaign just is about to finish up, and we'll be looking at doing some more radio come fall time, again, when we're ready to really start to talk more about claims and let workers know how they can get more information and what they need to do to take advantage of the benefit.
Another comment that I had from your presentation, it's been, well, unless you've done it recently, it's been a while since you've done a partnership with unions. And if you want to do a little bit more outreach with home health aides, also known as PCAs, then just let me know and I can definitely connect you to SEIU 1199, who represents the majority of PCAs in the state.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
I guess, Andrea, the mark is yours. Personnel changes. Thank you, Jessica.
Yes, thank you. So we have landed on a candidate for our engagement manager position. As you know, we had started off, we were thinking about an outreach coordinator for this position, but then realized sort of our windows of engagement were based on when we were outside and the weather. And so we thought, why not make this a little bit more robust and look at some other avenues for outreach, which I'll get to in a moment. So Nancy Barrow, who some of you may know, she has an extensive experience in radio, both here in the state and in Maryland. She will be actually joining us starting tomorrow. So you will see her at the next outreach and engagement committee meeting. We are super thrilled that she's going to be joining us. She will be both looking at our media outreach from a radio and TV perspective, but also we have applied, well, we hope to apply for a grant through the U.S. Department of Labor. They announced what's called their FAIR initiative. And it is to fund education around a host of different topics, among them paid leave, and ensuring that lower wage workers, particularly women, are aware of the benefits. So we are hoping to submit that application today. We've had a few challenges with registering with sam.gov and getting our that registration squared away, but we are bumping right against the deadline. But all of the materials are prepared. We have a letter from the governor, and if we do in fact secure that grant, we are hoping to work with both Guelph and the YWCA of Greater Hartford to select some community ambassadors who will then be out on a more regular basis, engaging with folks and registering folks in their communities to create an account through paid leave and just ensure that they have the information that they need. So Nancy will be overseeing that process should we receive that grant.
Well,
Happy
she's a
to-
great choice.
Yes.
And you know, I would have stolen her if I could have, so. No, but she's a great choice, so congratulations.
Thank you so much, Adrian. Yes, we're very excited to have her join us. Any other questions regarding that? Okay, I will turn it back to you,
Awesome.
Madam
Yeah.
Chair. Thank you.
Any other new business that we have? Any comments or questions for Andrea or Jessica? No, okay, I guess we'll give you some time back of your morning, and I ask a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Do I have a second on that?
Second it?
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Have a wonderful morning, everyone, and thank you for those updates.
Thank you so much.
Here.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.